Welcome to the Baltimore SharePoint Users Group November edition. I'm your host, El Presidente of the user group, Shadidi Laser, and going to go into some community news and notes, what's new in Microsoft Teams, and more. So let me share my screen. Thank you for tuning in. If you're one of our streaming partners, we thank you for carrying the broadcast. If you are, let's say, a longtime member and you're tuning in from your browser, thank you very much. And so let me share my screen. This will not be a long meeting this evening, but want to touch base with the community and okay, so bit of an overview regarding Baltimore SharePoint Users Group. Every time we've held a meeting, there's always someone new, always someone finding out about the group overall. So let's go into a bit of overview details, shall we? Okay, so way back in 2007, seems so long ago, we were working on MOS 2007, let's say early adoption. So Baltimore SharePoint story starts at a company that was dedicated to the early adoption of MOS 2007, which at the time was the fastest growing server product in the history of the Microsoft Corporation. And so we were running into issues that there were, let's say, limited blogs and limited posts and forum information because a lot of the work we were doing was custom. To give you an example, feature stapling for my sites would be an example of that. And many custom branding scenarios that were just new to the industry at the time. And so I was in the leadership of SharePoint Users Group of DC, led by Gary Black, local legend at the time. And but I was commuting to user group meetings from the greater Baltimore area all the way down to Dulles area and Falls Church area. So as you can imagine, after a long day at work, that can be tiring. So the idea of creating a local community was appealing. And so we did. And so since 2007, every month, whether virtual, in person, or otherwise, we have held a meeting. Now, our meetings are typically every third Thursday of the month. The only time that they're not the third Thursday of the month happens to be when we have our annual conference, which is known as SharePoint Saturday. And so with the, let's say, branding updates and direction of Microsoft, several SharePoint Saturday events have rebranded to have more of a cloud focus. And when we hold our next, let's say, one-day conference, we'll decide upon what name and what focus we'll go with or focus upon. But at this point, it's still a SharePoint Users Group. The DC metro area happens to be the world's #1 market for SharePoint talent and professionals, mainly due to the high adoption rates within universities, hospitals, government agencies. And so you can find, let's say, an instance of SharePoint in each of those examples, especially government agencies. And so we've continued to host events and provide training and learning materials throughout the years, each and every month. And so our numbers have gone up in terms of Microsoft or professionals who have a focus on Microsoft technology, and we're currently around 3,500 professionals who have attended meetings, received training of some sort, and have gone on to grow their career. And so one of the details I'm most proud of is that, let's say, members of Baltimore SPUG who have gone on and started their own practice, 12 established Microsoft practices, which include gold partners, have started from collaborations within our membership. Very proud of that. And so special thanks to ProObject for their continuous support of the Baltimore SharePoint Users Group. TM Staley, that is Ted Staley. And for many years when we were meeting in person, Ted was the person who would stay after work to make sure the lights were on and logistics worked perfectly. So eternal thanks to Ted. And for any positions that, let's say, if you're looking for SharePoint work, please send your resume to Ted Staley at proobject.com. TM Staley at proobject.com. Now, we are slowly but surely, there's still economic uncertainty. There's still changes in the job market. There's still contracts that are being cut. At one point, Washington, D.C., from a tech standpoint, was considered recession-proof, but there's many people, many professionals within our market who have been laid off, and I hear the stories almost every week now. And so here at BSPUG, here's what we're doing to address those challenges. And so the golden rule works like this. We understand that if you are a member or attendee of the Baltimore SharePoint Users Group, that you are coming from somewhere, whether it's working all day at your job, whether you are a freelance contractor or professional who works from home, or you're unemployed or laid off and you're searching for jobs through the majority of your day. And so we do not inundate our members with sales pitches and recruiter pitches, but it does not mean that we do not receive interest from our recruiters and staffing professionals. And so we carefully vet our recruiters and staffing professionals so that it's a trusted relationship. We don't believe in, let's say, a body shop where there's no vetting, there's just blind placement just to fill a quota. So if you are struggling, or if you have received your spidey sense is tingling in terms of your position may be cut, ending soon, or you just need a change, please email me directly and tell me your scenario, and also attach your resume. And so you have access through January 1st, 2023, as a member of Baltimore SharePoint Users Group for complimentary resume and career review sessions. This includes your resume, this includes LinkedIn, this includes interview support through January 1st, 2023. So do not, hopefully you're not listening to my voice and struggling in silence. And so we've helped many members get back to work, helped many members increase their salaries, helped many members have more confidence in how they're presenting themselves in the job market. And let's extend that. So if you're in a situation where, let's say, you're looking to do more speaking, you're looking to put your career to the forefront, and you just need an evaluation of your brand, the personal brand, how do you come across, tips, feedback, then also send an email to hello@mrshadi.com. That's me. And I'll be happy to provide you unfiltered, constructive feedback on your path. Make sense? Okay. Now, in terms of what to expect with Baltimore SharePoint as we head into 2023, happy Thanksgiving in advance for those who celebrate. And so we're looking to do more intro sessions and also campfire sessions. So intro sessions are 101 sessions, advanced fundamentals, and those sessions are also looking to be separate from our monthly meetings, and also the campfire sessions, which are just think I have to reference Boy Scouts here, where you have a speaker or a guest expert who is sharing, let's say, informal lessons around a given topic. So many of our speakers, they have the passion to deliver topics, but they don't oftentimes have the availability to put together full slides and presentations. So the campfire is an attempt to be more of a free flow discussion about what drives them, their story, how they got into a certain, let's say if someone's a power platform expert, what were they working on before? What do they like about the platform? So on and so forth. A little bit more informal. And that's what the intent of the campfire is. Call for speakers. And so speakers make the world go round. Now, I know that you love to hear my voice each and every month, but variety is the key. And so we have our slots open for 2023. And so when it comes to speaker slots, I'll give you the idea of what you can expect. So feature presentation is roughly 60 to 75 minutes. This also is helpful if you are a seasoned speaker and you're looking to polish a presentation and take it to the big leagues, to a conference of some sort, community event. Or you can do, let's say, a break fix, which can be 25, 30 minutes. You can do a software demo, 15, 20 minutes, or similar to one of my very first presentations, this is the lessons learned. So this was based on an installation that I did and some of the lessons I learned along the way in terms of what I would do differently if I was to do it again. And so don't be pigeonholed into what you may see at other user groups in terms of length, duration, or technical depth. You can come to me and say, well, I want to deliver a topic along these lines, and we'll work on those details in order to make sure that what you're delivering hits the mark. The key here is that I've seen just about every presentation that has come across, and so I can tell you what will work and what will not work. And so keep that in mind. And so call for speakers is open. And so if you're looking to deliver a presentation, again, hello@mrshadid.com and reach out. You can also comment on our Meetup profile in order to basically share what topic you want to deliver. I will help you develop the slides themselves in order to hit the mark. Now, in terms of what you need to know in terms of community events and training, on November 20th, Azure Virtual Training Day. This is a virtual, of course, digital event. And so one day, all Microsoft Azure, definitely a need to know skill as you continue to move forward in your career. And so go to the link bit.ly/Azure XYZ1 to learn more details. Next, the Microsoft Power Platform Virtual Training Day. This will be held on November 21st and 22nd. Again, this is 2 days of Microsoft Power Platform Training, one of the fastest growing platforms to continue to learn and grow. So go to bit.ly/PP event XYZ for more details. Again, this is the Microsoft Power Platform Virtual Training Day. And next, the Microsoft going into December, Microsoft Security Virtual Training Day, December 4th through 6th. And you can go to bit.ly/teams with an S event XYZ. And so what I'm going to go into next is basically some news from a couple MVPs in the team space, and we'll go into a recap of what's new with Microsoft Teams. I wanted to make sure to, instead of, let's say, curating the video and sharing some details from it, I want to play the video itself because I feel it's quality content. We need to get into the habit of sourcing from good and quality content. So let me find the video here. There we go. Wait a minute. Make sure I have one detail. Okay, share the sound. One moment.
Coming to you in two parts today, starting with a focus on Teams collaboration. Coming this month, you'll be able to start a Teams chat with distribution groups, mail-enabled security groups, and M365 groups. Now, this item was originally delayed, and there's no word on whether it will keep the groups or just pull the users from the group. My bet's on the latter. That's coming to all clouds. The ability to send a chat at a particular time, scheduled send, should be available this month, coming to all clouds. You know, Slack's had that for a while. The activity feed is getting an unread toggle to help you find notifications you haven't worked through yet. That's coming this month to all clouds. Viva Topics integration is extending beyond private chat to channels, where you'll be able to mention topics in conversations, not just chats. That's in preview in December and available in March. Viva Insights will suggest when a chat should be sent based on the recipient's work hours, for me, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., pushing you to the new scheduled send chat feature if it's outside of working hours. And that should be out now. Viva Connections is coming to the frontline. Frontline workers with F licenses in January can look forward to that. And with the new Approvals Graph API coming this month, you'll be able to integrate approvals into custom apps so that all approval requests can be centralized regardless of how they're experienced. Hopefully, that means that we can bring all the environment approvals into one app. Matt, wouldn't that be great? Teams meetings. Probably the biggest news about meetings is the modern meeting experience coming to the web version of Teams this month in the commercial cloud. Now, this has apparently been in preview since February, so hopefully it's good. A new payments app is coming this month, which will support getting paid for appointments, classes, and events you host in Teams. Connect to a third-party payment service, and you'll be able to use the app directly in the meeting to request payments from meeting attendees. No word yet on whether I can use that to charge people for scheduling meetings during lunch. And VDI customers are getting a number of updates. You'll be able to share system audio from meetings, create and assign breakout rooms ahead of the meeting, and get simulcast support by January. Then, Call Merge is coming in December. PowerPoint Live will let meeting participants zoom in on slides for a better look, coming in December. Teams is merging bookings into the new Virtual Appointments app, which will provide a single location for people to schedule and manage scheduled and on-demand virtual appointments. That's coming in February. As of last month, when you share a whiteboard in Teams, it no longer shares a dedicated whiteboard for that meeting. Instead, it opens up your whiteboard home interface, where you can choose to share an existing whiteboard or create a new one. And lastly, coming in December to Firefox, which still exists, meetings will finally show 2x2 gallery, not just individual faces.
Jess wanted to start a business.
Jess, you need to sell those.
And
that was the news.
Okay, so that was a look from Sean and Matt Wade. Special acknowledgement to their monthly content, and again, high quality. And so just wanted to bring light to that as a let's say a official resource for you to look at and reference in your growth and progress. Okay, and finally, back to community events and training. The Azure Data Conference will be in person, and this will be December 6th through 8th at the MGM Grand, one of my favorite places as a fight fan. MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada. Again, go to the shortened link here and make sure to tune in if you are looking to learn more about the intersection between Azure and AI. Now, career tip. And so career tip would be focused upon lifetime learning. And so if you're going to continue to work in the Microsoft space, I would recommend that you invest in a virtual environment and always look to be hands-on with the technology needed. So there's several ways to obtain a dev tenant of Microsoft 365, for example. And so what this does is it helps you to make the information that you're reading, that you're learning, that you're viewing on YouTube or other sites, Coursera, LinkedIn Learning, brings it to life. And so whether you're technical or not, there's always a way to have, let's say, a project-based approach to learning versus, let's say, a curriculum-based. And so the fastest way to grow is to create real-world projects based on what you are looking to do. And so, for example, when learning Microsoft Excel, instead of reading a bunch of books on Excel, decided to build an application where able to track, let's say, a budget, for example. I did one with budget and also one with investments. And so this allowed me to take concepts that I reference every day and bring it into the real world and make it real. And so that's what was able to help me to learn these concepts a lot faster. So invest in the development environment. There are many ways and instances to obtain a free environment, but let's say apps and tools such as CloudShare, I've used that for many years, which gives you a full-fledged development environment, or let's say using credits for Azure and other platforms, AWS. These will allow you to get up to speed a lot faster. So invest in the tools that you're looking to learn. And so that's the career tip for this month. And so this is your opportunity to unmute and share what you're working on, any technical issues that you may be facing. So I want to give a moment before we wrap up for this evening and go into break fix. So okay, so this month we do not have any, let's say, scenarios or break fix. And so with that in mind, let's wrap up for the evening. Thank you for tuning in to this month's Baltimore SharePoint User Group November meeting. And so we went into what's new with Microsoft Teams. Thank you to Matt and Sean. Also, the upcoming community events and training. And also a career tip. Happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate. And I'll see you next month for our last Baltimore SharePoint User Group meeting of 2022. I'm Shadidi Laser. Thank you for tuning in.